The Epstein Files aren't just about one man or one crime. They're about how power, politics, and justice collide in America and who the system chooses not to hold accountable. The Epstein Files are often discussed as a scandal involving elites, but their deeper significance lies in what they reveal about American politics, institutions, and accountability. At their core, the files expose how political power, wealth, and access intersect in the United States. Jeffrey Epstein cultivated relationships across party lines: Democrats, Republicans, major donors, lawyers, and formal government officials. The records show proximity to influence, not proof of criminal guilt. Still, that proximity raises serious questions about how political networks operate beyond public scrutiny and how access can insulate individuals from consequences. One of the most troubling implications concerns law enforcement and prosecutorial discretion. In 2008, Epstein secured a plea deal approved by federal prosecutors that allowed him to avoid serious prison time, despite evidence involving dozens of underage victims. Years later, a federal judge ruled that deal illegal because it violated victims' rights. The case has since become a textbook example of how political pressure, institutional deference, and elite legal representation can bend the justice system. The files also reflect a broader culture of impunity in American political life. Epstein donated to political causes, advised influential figures, and moved easily through policy and academic circles. None of this was illegal on its own, but together it illustrates how access, rather than accountability, often determines who gets heard, investigated, or ignored. Another major implication is the erosion of public trust. When high-profile names appear in court records without charges or explanations, transparency gaps fuel suspicion. The slow unsealing of documents, heavily redacted filings, and the absence of broader prosecutions reinforce a perception that the political system protects insiders while demanding strict accountability from ordinary citizens. The Epstein Files also highlight bipartisan vulnerability. Unlike scandals that fall neatly along ideological lines, Epstein's network cut across parties and administrations. That makes the issue harder to weaponize politically, but also harder to confront honestly. In many cases, silence has replaced reform. There are also clear policy implications. The scandal has renewed scrutiny of campaign finance transparency, prosecutorial independence, victims' rights in federal cases, oversight of plea bargains involving powerful defendants. Yet, despite widespread outrage, meaningful reform has remained limited. Ultimately, the Epstein Files reflect deeper structural problem in American politics, that is, the unequal application of justice. The central issue is not whether every powerful associate committed wrongdoing, but whether the system was ever designed to consistently hold powerful people accountable in the first place. In that sense, the Epstein Files are less about one man's crime and more about the political environment that allowed those crimes to continue unchecked. That is their lasting significance and their most uncomfortable lesson. Thank you for watching. For more such deep dives, like, share, and subscribe Geopolitical Navigator.